Hi, I'm Ben Berger, and in this video we're going to be doing Homework 0 Part 3. Finally be done, thank God. Let's take a look at the questions, shall we? Well, the question, this is going to be a little bit different. This time we're going to be making a class instead of just methods. So we're going to define a class called Book in Stock, which represents a book with an ISBN number and a price of the book as a floating point number called price. These are going to be the attributes. The constructor should accept an ISBN number as a string and a price as a second argument. And it's also going to raise argument error if the ISBN number is the empty string or if the price is less than or equal to 0. And also, we have to include the getter and setters for these attributes. And we're going to include price as a string is going to be a method, and it's going to return the price of a book with a leading $ and trailing zeros. Pretty standard. Okay, so let's get to work. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to, instead of using define, we're going to use our class book in stock. And we're going to make sure to end that at the bottom. Our constructor is going to use a define initialize. We're going to take an ISBN as our first argument and price as our second. Again, make sure to end this. So a couple things we're going to do is set the variables. So at ISBN to be equal to ISBN. Second one is going to be at price. It's going to be equal to, and this time we're going to use a feature to F percent price. And now what this is going to do is it's going to take our price, whatever is given in, and convert it into that floating point dollar format you'd be familiar with, and just always have it rounded to 2 decimals, whatever our number. Another thing that the homework mentioned that we had to do was run the raise argument error if the ISBN number is the empty string or if the price is less than or equal to 0. So let's do that. So raise argument error unless ISBN. So let's make sure a string is a string. Also raise unless ISBN, or even if ISBN length is less than 1. And finally, we're going to raise argue if the price is less than or equal to 0. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we'll get back to the getters and centers, but let's create a method called price as a string. It's going to give us the $ and the price. So define price as a string, and that. And now let's make a string. So it's p string equal to $ plus at price dot to string, which is going to return this p string that we created, price string that we created. And after the last thing we're going to do is we're going to have the getters and setters. So for that, we're going to take advantage of attribute writer and attribute reader. So tr reader, and have that set to ISBN and our price, along with writer will have the ISBN and the price. That should be everything. Let's just test it out quickly. You can call book is equal to book in stock new, and let's call this Harry Potter. Have it cost 31.45. Let's see the book. Price as string. We get 31.5 for our Harry Potter book. You can try this out with other values. What happens if it's just 31? We get those 2 zeros as we would expect. What if it's 65.7? So we can get those 2 zeros, and it's going to round up for us, which is nice. And what happens if we try and throw in the empty string? We get that argument error, which is what we wanted. And what happens if we don't even put a string at all? You just put randomness. That wanted not that. Whole lot of problems. So yeah, it just thinks it's a variable, thinks it's something weird. Putting in numbers there. Probably get that argument error like we wanted. And that concludes homework 3. Homework 0, part 3. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you learned something if you actually watched this, which I doubt. Have a good night.